It's the Moe Up the Block new show. He's giving you the flavor. What you need, what you need. He's giving you the real thing. Tune into the show. He's got some good news for ya. It's Moe Up the Block. It's Moe Up the Block. It's Moe Up the Block. Yeah. It's an easy kind of day. The sun is shining, and I'm chilling with my loved ones. It's the perfect kind of day, and from ear to ear I'm smiling while the children have fun.
Oh my God, the legendary Shonn Hiton in the building. What's up, baby? Good to see you, boy.
Better to be seen than
Yeah, man. We in the building, on the block, baby.
What's up, yo? How y'all doing?
Nothing but celebrities walking through the door, baby. Big time. It's about to go down. Woo. What's up, everybody? We want to welcome y'all to the second show of Moe Up the Block with the legendary Mr. Shonn Hiton in the building.
What's up,
What's
man?
up, family?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm doing well, man. It's so good, finally, man, to get you on the show. And, you know, I have always dreamed of this moment for so long because, you know, I'm a big fan of Mary.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually went out and had a picture framed. I don't know if you've seen it.
I did. I saw it.
Oh!
I saw it right then. That's the ain't that the Growing Pains album?
Yes.
Yup.
So, wow.
Yeah.
So to have you here and to have her here with me, it's it's like a dream come true, man.
Man.
Not only that, but we go back.
So far back.
So
As I was
far
telling
back.
you earlier, like
Yeah,
high
it is.
school, when you and your brother and my boy Tyrone, y'all had the Ecclesiastics.
Yeah.
Y'all was the ones I thought, in my opinion, was finna pop. It was finna be a problem.
Yeah.
I was playing y'all stuff in my car every day I went to
Oh
school.
man, I'm honored.
For real.
Wow, man.
Absolutely.
I didn't know that blew my mind, you know. And then not only that, y'all, he actually.
Let's go back. I played drums with y'all at St. Mary's. It
Oh,
was a
wow.
New Year's Eve service.
Wow, yeah, that's right.
It was Ecclesiastics, and it was I forgot the name of that female group because Rochelle Walker and I went to high school together, and it was her friend who father Pastor Presley.
Okay, yep.
I played drums for y'all. I had brought my whole kit because I knew I was finna kick with y'all.
Wow.
I was on one.
Oh wow.
I was a freshman in high school and I was on one.
Oh wow. You see this, y'all? You'll see the connection. The connection is real. The connection is real. So we're gonna get off into the questions and Moe Up the Block. We're glad to have you here. So I want to know the foundation.
Okay.
You know, we go back, but what inspired you to actually do music in itself? Because you could have played football, basketball, all these other different things you could have got into. What was the driving force behind the music?
My grandfather, he's God rest his dead. He was a guitar player. He was a bishop, but he played the guitar at church.
Wow.
So he kind of kept a close eye on me and my other cousins. And my cousins, we're like siblings, like brothers and sisters, because we grew up together. But I played drums at church. Like I had no desire to play sports. That just wasn't my thing. I wanted to play the guitar because my grandfather played it. His brothers played it. I found out my father played the guitar. So I was like, okay, this is what I want to do. And I just stayed with it. You know what I'm saying? Like I showed that I could be trusted as the drummer at my grandfather's church.
Wow.
And then, you know, that's the primary instrument that everybody plays when they want to, you know, when they get to church, because it's something that you can do. You're being very, very, you know, it's exercise. So I got cousins that wanted to play drums, so I was like, you know what, this is my chance now to learn the second instrument, which is guitar.
Wow.
And dude, I promise you, my father gave me my first guitar. And my grandfather strung it up for me and showed me my first 3 chords.
Wow.
Everything else I learned by listening on the radio and just meeting other guitar players, so I would absorb what I would see from them. And my own interpretation over it.
Wow, that's amazing, man. So, did you feel the pressure at being young in church to play? Were you forced in that position? Because I run into a lot of young people when they start in churches. And
I wasn't forced. I wanted to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was either do that or it was sit in the pews, and I just wanted to do that, sit in the pews. Because for me, you know, one of the most captivating things about looking at musical instruments is the color. You know what I'm saying? Like, these people that created drums and created guitars, you know, you have this wide array of colors that you can use. So we had a pearl blue Maxwell kit. So it was like a glittery pearl. When a light would hit that thing, I'd be like, dang, that's cold. I want to play drums. Wow. And so it may seem like for the wrong reason, but I'm like, I want to sit behind that and play that because that color looks so cold. My grandfather had a red guitar. Like, I want to play. And that's how red became my favorite color.
Wow.
But it wasn't pressure. It was something that I gladly wanted to do.
Wow. That's amazing.
Gladly wanted to do.
That's amazing. So, as being a musician coming up young, how did you connect with the fabulous Robinson brothers?
Oh, wow.
I want to hear this story.
This is funny, man. I'll take you back to even before when I started playing, so you know the history of Bishop Neil Robeson and Joe Arthur and
Ron Staples.
Ron, all of them cats, man. Yeah. My grandfather loved Neil Robeson. My grandfather funded the Robeson brothers' very first project. Wow. My grandfather wrote Neil Robeson a check. I heard it was for $1,000, and it could have been less or it could have been more. But Neil wanted to get the album done, and my grandfather fronted the money to get it done. Wow. And Neil was he was indebted to my grandfather, and it wasn't that he did it and it was a burden, but like when we would have these things that we did every year called the Founders Day service, where it was Sunday where all the churches that my grandfather were over would come to Milwaukee. We all fellowship together, but they would get there like Friday night. So these are all my cousins and stuff like that. So it was again a tight knit family. We would have this thing called Saturday Night Live, where it was it was a concert and Neil would come and sing. Wow. And my grandfather was crazy about Ron Staples, dude, because he knew he sounded like Joe LaGun. Okay. And Neil could play the mess out the keys. You know what I'm saying? So that's how far back it goes. Like I was a kid. I wasn't even a teenager yet, and I used to see Neil come to our church.
So they didn't know.
Neil didn't they didn't pay me no mind. They just knew. They didn't pay me after no mind really like that until we got to be teenagers and we started playing that New Birth. Okay. So that's when it really started developing after.
You know, I remember when you first picked up the guitar, and I remember us talking, and we were at Greater New Birth. And we were outside back then. They had a fence, and we were talking, and you was like, "Man, God is calling me to this guitar doc, and I'm falling in love." You said I'm falling in love with the sound of this guitar, and I really didn't believe you at first because you was going so hard on the drums. I'm like, he finna be another Wesley. But then, what made you say this is what I'm finna do?
It's the road has enough drummers. You know what I'm saying? And it's so funny because when I was playing with Dave Hollister, we had a break in between rehearsals, and keyboard player got on the drums and smashed. The bass player got on the drums and smashed. So I was like, you know what? The world has enough drummers. They don't have enough guitar players, in my opinion. So I wanted to sharpen my focus on guitar. You know what I'm saying? And then again, my uncles, my grandfather, my father, they all played the guitar. Wow. That was so the fruit didn't fall far from the tree at all.
Wow. Now that's the love. Then that grew into production. When did you transition from the guitar to now I want to try this?
Well, let me take you back, man. I didn't start producing until 2004. I had finished the Mary tour. I had just finished the Mary tour. And while I was finishing up on the Mary tour, I had got the phone call to go out with Angie Stone.
Wow.
If you remember, Angie Stone's band was DeMonte, Greg Collier,
that's right.
Wesley McVicker,
Yes.
and then this cat named Jonathan Richmond from Memphis, Tennessee.
Yeah. Jonathan, what's up?
Shout out to Jonathan.
Yes, sir.
John Rich. Wesley McVicker was already doing it. He was already making beats because he was the one that introduced me to the recording software Reason. So the inspiration behind me being a producer was Wesley.
Wow.
We was on a bus.
You hear
Wesley
this, bro?
Wesley would play his tracks. I'd be like, oh! Like, this sounds amazing.
Yes.
Like, I can remember going by, me and Wesley, we know the same people. So we would always end up at Adi's house, which is a big flagship here in the city of Milwaukee when it comes to singers, songwriter. Wesley would be at his house, at Adi's house, sampling. He was using the MPC. So I saw that, but never got engulfed into it until we went on a tour with Angie Stone, and Wesley had a laptop and he was making music. So I got a laptop and I started making music. Wow. Absolutely.
So when did the connection with DeMonte come together with DeMonte Posey?
Oh man, that dude is gonna always forever be. He's forever will be to me one a heavy hitter. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's a selfless individual, and he was humble enough. And it's crazy because he doesn't have to be, but he was humble enough whenever he would see me to show me love. He never hated, never said nothing whack to me, and I knew I was gonna get an opportunity to do some stuff with him. It almost came. Do you remember that they had this thing? Tommy Sims, I think that was Phoebe Hines' ex-husband, Tommy Holmes. Okay. He had the Apollo at the Riverside.
Yes, I remember that.
And I had brought my drum set and I had programmed drum loops and stuff like that. Again, Wesley was the biggest inspiration behind that. But DeMonte and them was getting ready to fire. The way they talked about it, I guess him and Bird stayed into it a lot. It was a possible opportunity for me to play the drums at Christian Faith, and I was like, oh, this would be nice. And it ended up not happening, but later on I started playing the guitar, so I started getting phone calls from DeMonte and Daryl Tucker, like, yo, why don't you come by the crib and play guitar on some of this stuff? And I did, and it opened up. And then 2008, 2009, I ended up playing the guitar at Christian Faith under the direction of DeMonte Posey.
Wow.
It's the MoeUpTheBlock new show.
And I'm playing, I'm just doing my thing on guitar. And I did this crazy thing where I take my whammy bar on my guitar and I push down, but the volume pedal, when I bring it in, it sounds like, and Quest was like, what was that? I was like, oh man, my godfather Spanky.